Hello, I'm Bev Williams, CEO of Haggai International, and I want to thank you for your interest in our position of Chief Development Officer. I'd like to give you a high-level overview of the ministry, why we are currently seeking a Chief Development Officer, explain a few of the initiatives related to fundraising that we believe have great potential and are newer channels of contribution for us, and then about my vision for the advancement team in the months and years ahead. First, let's talk about Haggai International. I am as excited about the mission and vision of this ministry today as I was when I first engaged with this organization in 2007. We are a 54-year-old organization founded by Dr. John Edmund Haggai in 1969 when he created a revolutionary model for missions. It was during the heyday of sending foreign missionaries to Africa, Asia, the nation of China, and the Middle East. As colonization of many of these nations ended, he envisioned a time in the near future where foreign missionaries would no longer be welcomed or perhaps would not even have access to these countries. He determined the individuals most advantageously placed to reach a nation with the gospel were those who lived in those nations. More specifically, high-level indigenous leaders who held influential positions in business, government, media, law, education, medicine, and senior leaders of churches, and who were really respected in their spheres of influence. They would be the best ones to do this work. Why? Because leaders see and understand what is needed, and they have the skills and know-how to get the job done. This leads to the mission of Haggai International: to equip and inspire strategically positioned leaders to more effectively demonstrate and present the gospel of Jesus Christ, and to prepare others to do the same. For the last 54 years, this has been our focus, and close to 140,000 leaders living in 189 nations have been equipped in the Haggai Leader Experience. This is a photo of our most recent session held in Asia. We equip both men and women from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East, always in separate sessions due to the cultural norms of those areas. The Haggai Leader Experience is conducted in English, Arabic, and Mandarin. Not only that, there are 504 national ministries, self-supporting organizations in 117 nations that equip leaders in their own language in alignment with our mission and vision. The model is a multiplication model as each leader commits to equipping at least 100 others in their nations within 2 years with the knowledge, skills, and tools that they learned. Our outcome-based evaluation process indicates that on an average, each leader equips 251 others in that 2-year period and makes 801 gospel presentations. But that's not all. Not only are they passionate about ending gospel poverty in their nation, reaching those who've never had the opportunity to hear and respond to the gospel, but many of these leaders start organizations to meet both the human and spiritual needs of various populations in their nation. For example, providing schools, orphanages, medical and social services for families and children. Others work diligently to impact issues such as sex trafficking, economic poverty, corruption, and inequality due to race or gender or religion. To summarize this, Haggai leaders use their influence and authority to affect structural change at the root level in government, media, law and policy, education, and business, in alignment with Christian kingdom principles. As a result, individuals, families, and their communities experience transformed lives. That brings me to our vision, which is to see every nation redeemed and transformed through the gospel of Jesus Christ. Our goal is to equip more leaders to engage in this kingdom-focused work in all nations, particularly in nations who have a lower percentage of the population who are followers of Jesus. We believe in the power of the gospel to transform individuals, communities, and nations. You may be wondering why we are seeking a Chief Development Officer at this time. Our current CDO, Gary Key, who's been with us since 2018, is retiring. Gary has done a great job in putting strong systems, structures, and processes in place. He's also assembled a great team of 5 experienced major gift officers known as Directors of Advancement. He has built an Office of Advancement Services to manage our database and provide research to serve these directors. And finally, he's worked collaboratively with our Chief Marketing Officer to develop collateral materials and donor experiences that would engage our life-giving partners at a greater level. Let me share with you some of the new innovative programs launched in the last 4 years, which have expanded our contribution channels, offering an opportunity for lead generation and greater revenue growth. First, we initiated a church partnership program with several levels of participation available to churches. A new digital monthly giving program for younger donors and lower-level givers known as Venture was created with a strong customer journey component. We expanded our middle market process, and launching this fall is the Ending Gospel Poverty Collective, a giving community of couples and individuals in the $25,000 range who will not only continue their faithful partnership with Haggai, but will work to engage others who may not yet know us or be engaged with us. Finally, our Legacy Giving Program, in partnership with Thompson and Associates, continues to offer our partners a way to remember Haggai International in their estate. These programs, while already showing growth, present a significant opportunity for growing revenue over time. At Haggai International, we are always looking for ways to improve our systems and structures, as well as meeting the demands of a changing world with innovation while remaining true to our mission and vision. To that end, we are currently working with a brand strategist to better position the ministry by explaining the scope and scale of the impact of our leaders across the world. We've also engaged a firm to do a complete assessment of our advancement function, benchmarked against the best practices in fundraising, as well as look at the organizational culture and processes that support and impact the advancement function. They will identify any gaps and partner with us to develop a plan to close those gaps. This process will be completed by the middle of October, and the new CDO will have the opportunity to shape the strategic direction of this plan. Now, let me give you a final peek into the future. Our 3-year strategic plan will be completed this fiscal year, and a new 3-year plan will be developed to expand the impact of Haggai International globally. As a member of the executive leadership team, the CDO will play an important role in this critical process. I have so much more to tell you, but I know you're likely close to the end of listening to this CEO go on and on about one of the most impactful ministries in the world today. Since I have just barely scratched the surface, I hope that I'll have the opportunity to meet you in person to give you a more comprehensive view of what God is doing through Haggai International. We've engaged Job Fit Matters to assist us, with Tommy Thomas leading the search. Tommy is a longtime partner and knows Haggai International well. He'll be a great source to learn more about our organization. Please contact Tommy if you have further questions and if you're interested in this position. Thanks so much for listening.